Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of Come On With The Games podcast, your official home for hip hop entertainment, local and world news. Yeah, you heard me. And man, where shall we start, ladies and gentlemen? Well, first, I'd like to start by telling you that this episode is yet another episode that is sponsored by the TSC collection. Yes, TSC, excuse me, stands for the smoke chamber. And what you see is what you get. This is a part of a smoke chamber collection and yet another piece. Right now you're looking at the weed smoke tea, you understand? And that's a specific one of one that you can place a special order for. It's weed print. If you can look at it closely, it's weed print. Look at it a little closer. Here it is, the weed print smoke. Oh, and we got the one and only. I'm sorry, I said one and only, but really there's more. We got more where this comes from, ladies and gentlemen. The camouflage smoke snapback. You heard me? Yeah. I love it. I love it, man. Fits so comfortable. Anyway. If you would like to place your order, please place your order by calling 866-SMOKE-ON. Again, that's 866-SMOKE-ON. Call to place your order. You heard me? Man, in hip-hop news, ladies and gentlemen, shit was all good just a week ago. NBA Youngboy was on a massive tour. He's on top of the world, and it looks like nobody in their right mind would bother him. Nobody, except for NLE CHOPPA, that is, who disses him with this new track called KO. You heard me? And in it, you know, here we go. Here we go. Every episode, if it's one thing you got to know, you know I got to smoke. On every episode, I see if it's one thing you know I smoke. You understand me? So let's just get that out the way. You heard me? There's going to be some smoking and choking going on. But anyway, what is going on? What the hell? What the hell? What the heliante? What the helibron is going on with NLE CHOPPA? The boy, I don't know, man. I didn't see no reason for it, to be honest. It just comes out of nowhere, out of left field. And he dropped it on Halloween. But, however, I will tell you that I did enjoy the visual. I didn't really enjoy the song too much. Even though I see where you're going, you know what I'm saying? In the song, you know, he's definitely holding NBA Youngboy accountable for his actions. As far as, you know, the things he preaches to the youth and the things that, the behavior that he displays and exhibits. You know, he has a lot of people following him, man. A core following, to be exact. And, you know, when you lead, people follow. You heard me? So you got to make sure, man, that you're the type of leader that people want to follow, you know? And NLE CHOPPA doesn't think so much. He don't think that NBA Youngboy is qualified to be that leader. You know what I'm saying? And one of the lines that stuck out to me was, you got your niggas to do what you know you wouldn't do. Now that's, I ain't gonna lie, that was out of all the bars that he spit in you know, in that song or whatever. I think that was the one that stood out to me. That was the one that was most significant. You understand me? And I guess kudos for him, man. Kudos for him. You know what I mean? Good dig. If you want to be at the top, you gotta take a shot at whoever got the throne. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take a shot at whoever on top. If you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best. And it seems like that's what NLE CHOPPA is doing. Like I said, the visual is dope. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling the whole Michael Jackson shit and all that. You heard me? A couple little dance moves was suspect like a motherfucker. I mean, just being honest. But for the most part, man, it was a dope visual, and you know what I'm saying. Uh, I don't really respect the diss too much. You know what I'm saying. I don't feel like it was warranted. I just feel like it came out of nowhere, and it might be a, you know what I mean, a little branch on a clout chasing tree. You heard me, but nevertheless, dope song. Oh, and it was also on Tupac's "Hit 'Em Up" beat. You know what I'm saying? That was what was dope about it. If you're gonna diss somebody, definitely diss somebody on a Tupac "Hit 'Em Up" beat. You hear me? And he had the ball head. He was rocking the ball head. So so the fuck what? You hear me? So y'all, you know what I mean? Tap into that whenever you get a chance. I think it's a dope visual, and it's not a bad song to listen to. You hear me? Moving on. Turk gets sued for $12 million in a federal lawsuit for allegedly leaking tour information, sabotaging the Cash Money 30th anniversary tour. Now, this is coming way out of left field, man, because we thought Turk was doing the suing. You know what I'm saying? we thought Turk was the one, you know what I'm saying, about to get a bag from a lawsuit. But it turns out, au contraire, mon frere. On the contrary, he's getting sued. And it seems to me like a stall tactic. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you sue and, you know what I mean, the person comes back with a counter suit, that's to throw you off, to make you not pursue. If anything, you know what I'm saying, drop and leave the case alone. You know, however, when a person feel like they right, they right. You heard me? And if they got enough money to stay in the fight long enough to prove they right, then hey, I guess it's worth the fight. But if it's not, it's literally not. So Turk, you gotta be careful, man. I don't know, man. These lawsuits could get tricky, and you ain't dealing with no Cash Money as an entity by itself, man. Cash Money got UMG behind them, and as you can see with the Drake situation, they don't lose no lawsuits. You heard me? You're gonna have to gracefully bow out, or give a compromise that is 9 times out of 10 gonna lead you getting messed over and the short end of the stick. Pause. hmm So you gotta be careful with that, man. You gotta be careful with that. I wish you the best. I hope, you know what I'm saying, you, your team, your management, and everybody that's involved with that helps you figure that out. Cause I don't want to see my hot boys take a lick. I don't want to see none of y'all take no licks. You know what I'm saying? I'm as real as they come, man. I want to see you prosper, get your bread, and stay out the way. You understand me? Speaking of prospering, BG looks like he's on the roll, man. Look like he's on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? He cutting up, doing his shows. You know what I'm saying? He got his woman by his side. And he made an appearance on the Breakfast Club for the first time. You heard me? Fresh off the verses. And it was dope. I think it was a great interview. And to be honest, it's the clearest and it's the conversation with the most clarity that I've heard BG have in a long time. You heard it? You know what I'm saying? Mainly because he wasn't biting his tongue. You know what I'm saying? I know people be talking about his broken English and all that. But it's just like he said, because a nigga be biting their tongue, man. And real niggas don't know how to bite their tongue. So, you know, when you're trying, it's almost like nothing is coming out, but everything's coming out at the same time. However, like I said, I think it was a great interview with him, Charlamagne the Guy, DJ Envy, Lauren LaRosa, and Just Hilarious. And it was dope, man. And everything was dope until, oh man, everything was dope until BG called Turk white for goofy. Oh my god, that's crazy work, man. That's crazy work. You know what I'm saying? He was baited in by Charlamagne the God and even started. And when I say baited in, he was baited in a conversation about Turk by Charlemagne the God, and even started by saying he didn't want to get into that, man. Well, I think that's how he should have finished it, because, man, that shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, he also admits, BG that is, admits that my little birdie from the last episode, I told y'all, a little birdie, you know what I'm saying, told me that they had more dates, and I did say by Rock Nation. I meant to say Live Nation. That's what I meant to say. Had more dates by Live Nation, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of the versus battle. They want to take, Live Nation that is, want to take the Cash Money No Limit as a whole conglomerate on tour, you heard me, and make it a whole tour. And man, I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. I just, you know what I mean. I probably want to be on some of the later shows. You know what I mean, when they done already developed the camaraderie, if they do. You know what I'm saying, and get more chemistry and become more comfortable with each other. So, you know, a nigga could get the show that we all deserve. You know what I mean? I would love to see that, and I'm definitely here for that. And y'all can trust my little birdie. You heard me? Pause. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can trust the info that I be giving y'all, 'cause you know I ain't gonna give it to you no way but right. You understand me? Yeah, man. I don't want to be first. I want to be right. But uh, I think that not only is it gonna be profitable, I think that not only does both labels have a lot to gain from this. You know what I'm saying? And it's a way to chase a bag. But I also think it sets precedent for the city, man. You know what I'm saying? That, hey, man, even if it's just for the bag, real men gonna do what real men do. And they gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying? My uncle always told me everything after business is bullshit. So I hope they take care of the business and put away the bullshit. You understand me? And like I said, man, it was a dope interview with BG. And you know, man, it's just crazy. I can't see myself, you know what I'm saying, talking about another man's wife, because I know personally what I would do if somebody talked to mine crazy or about mine crazy. So I ain't gonna stir the pot. I'm gonna leave that alone. You heard me? And we're gonna get to the next motherfucking subject. You heard me? In world news, a federal judge restricts contact between Mayor Latoya Cantrell and Officer Vappy. You heard me? Supposedly bodyguard or you know what I'm saying, her boyfriend, for lack of better words. Now, as you know, the mayor has been indicted with using the taxpayers' money, on charges using the taxpayers' money to fund her little, you know what I mean, vacations with Mr. Vappy. You know what I'm saying? And what's so crazy to me is she even recently, after all this, tried to get permission to go, I think, to Iceland or somewhere on vacation. Why would you want to go on vacation when going on vacation has got you in all this trouble in the first place? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Call me crazy, but I don't know. You know what I mean? That's crazy. You know what I mean? If somebody accusing me of robbing a bank, I'm not gonna go ask their permission to rob a bank. You know what I'm saying? Call me cuckoo, but you know, I see through that, and I think the judge saw through that as well, and everything else. And with that being said, he is limiting, or matter of fact, restricting contact between Mayor Cantrell and Vappy, and I think it's a good ploy, a good way to, you know what I'm saying, a good way to, you know what I'm saying, keep them from, you know, coming up with a story together. You know what I'm saying? From conjuring up a story, trying to make their story stick and working together with that. If anything, they lawyers need to do that and have contact with each other, but they can't be together getting the story straight. You know what I'm saying? Because then they just trying to beat the system they already manipulated and got caught doing so. You hear me? Man, I know one thing. I work hard as a mother. And I know other people do too, man. And guess what? If the people I was working for fronted the bill and footed the bill on my vacations, man, hey, I would be all about that too, but they don't. So that doesn't mean that I can somehow, some way finagle them too. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's going on here with Mayor Cantrell. You can't finagle us, not one way or the other, you heard me? And I think the judge is seeing that, and I think that's why it's restricted for them two to be together. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, let's just face it. That's what got us here in the first place. You heard me? Now, her lawyer, on the other hand, say, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we're talking about her freedom here. You know? We're talking about the fact that she's still a free woman. She's innocent until convicted, guilty. You know what I'm saying? And I agree, but however, I also agree with the judge. You know what I'm saying? We got to play this safe because they already been playing it dirty. And I mean, ooh, nasty dirty. I'm talking about Miss Latoya Cantrell, if you're nasty. Yeah, they been getting down and dirty, but they not gonna do it on the taxpayer's dime. You heard me? In more news, boy, these judges on the roll, man. A second judge rules Trump must use funds for SNAP benefits. You heard me? Shout out to all the judges and in particular all of the lawyers that, challenged Trump's decision. You know what I'm saying? Challenge his decisions amid this government shutdown. One of the decisions, like I said, being to take away the SNAP benefits. And people got to eat, man. There's 48 million Americans who are not going to eat due to the SNAP cutoff. You know what I'm saying? And man, look, we got to feed the people, man. Come on. What is America really about if we're not feeding the people? You heard me? And despite all this, you know what I'm saying, even when they do cut, when the government do get back running, you heard me, and they do, you know what I'm saying, cut everything back on again, it's still going to take some time to trickle into the people that it was going to in the first place. It ain't going to be like no overnight thing. So this is serious, man. This is serious. And I hope they get it figured out soon, because like I said, even when they do get it figured out, it's going to take some time to cut on. So, man, Trump playing with lives. You heard me? Just to get his way with the left. Just to get them to play ball on his repeal for Obamacare and Lord knows what else. You know what I mean? Sounds like a big revenge plot to me. And it's something that can be avoided, man. And, I don't approve of what this administration is doing right now with the government shutdown. And I'm going to just leave that right there, man. In more news, the FBI foils a jihad terrorist plot that was set to take place in Michigan over the Halloween weekend. You heard me? And I don't know, man. The only thing I got to say about that is cap. Yeah, man, cap. You heard me? Not only did they foil that plot, but supposedly it was another planned by ISIS attack that was supposed to happen that they foiled. I will be back with more news on that on episode 7. However, I don't know, man. I feel like it's being put on stage. I feel like it's being put on the forefront that, the FBI is doing, they stepping it up. They catching people and all that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they ain't, but I'm just saying they might not be. You hear me? This is all, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just too all of a sudden for me. You feel me? I don't believe in coincidences. You know what I'm saying? I believe in people making shit happen, and I feel like, I don't know, man, they kind of probably made this happen just to make themselves look good amidst all of the failures that they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? All the attempts on Donald Trump life that they haven't properly prepared for. You know, proper preparation prevents poor performance, and their performance over the year, at least 2025, has been very poor. They look ill prepared. As a matter of fact, they don't look like they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's even the feds that, you know what I mean? That's even the feds that been doing all these RICO cases and shit. You know what I'm saying? Diddy motherfucking walked on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it just looked like, you know, the FBI has been real sloppy this year. So I'm saying, to round it all off, to clean it all up, to wrap it up for the year, you heard me? It look like they doing a little, yeah, man, look what we doing. We caught this. You heard me? The whole time they probably been knew about that. You heard me? Been new. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just saying I get gut feelings when I watch things and I feel things. And that's one of the things that compelled me and propelled me to do this podcast, because I wanted to let you, you know what I mean, take a trip inside of my mind and see things the way I see, because I might not be right, but I know I'm not wrong, and I could be wrong, but I might be right. You understand me? And 7 to 8 times out of 10, I'll be right. That's the kicker. That is the kicker. You heard me. 7 to 8 times out of 10, I'll be right. You feel me? And sometimes I don't even be wanting to be. That's why I started this podcast, because I be looking at things that's happening in this world, and I be like, man, come on with the games. Come on, man. Y'all playing right in front of our eyes, you heard me? Y'all playing right in front of our eyes. That's why we can believe nothing we hear and half of what we see. And with this AI, we don't need to believe nothing we see. We got to go with that gut. We got to go with that feeling. We got to go with that first mind, which I like to call God. I think the first mind is God. You heard me? So we got to go with that and use critical thinking, because with Google, Chat, GPT, original thought will be a thing of the past. So we have to use critical thinking. We have to think for ourselves. And Come On With The Games podcast, your official home for hip-hop entertainment, local and world news, is here to help you, guide you through, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. That is right. We are here to take you every step of the way, letting you know the real from the bull from the real. You understand me? And I call cap, I think it's bull. And maybe they did FOIL apply. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I just, something... Moving on. Lord Jesus, a sexual assault victim between the age of 8 and 11 years old was involuntarily sex trafficked, and oh my gosh, she's been trafficked across state lines. You heard me? She's been involuntarily a deviant of sexual intercourse. She's been sexually assaulted and corrupted. And all of these things happen at the hands of a gentleman named Keyshawn Crumity. Keyshawn Crumity, you heard me? And the girl was from Louisiana, man. And we heard that this guy got a hold of her through Snapchat. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to watch your children's social media. You have to be careful. They have predators out here, and they don't give a damn about your baby. I know same people like you and I probably think, who could do something like this? A person that's not like you or I. That's who. You can't fathom it, because that ain't in you. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that is in a lot of these wolves in sheep's clothing that's walking around here acting like good guys. They're not good guys. You have to watch your children. You have to invade their privacy. I don't give a damn about none of that. Go through their phones, know their passcode, know everything. Find out all the hidden messages. You got to know everything. You have to watch your child. Train up a child in the way they should go, and when they get older, they won't go astray. That's in the book of Proverbs. You understand me? And if they refuse to listen, look, spell a rod, spoil a child. That's in the book of Proverbs as well. You heard me? Like I told you, come on with the games. It's gonna help guide you through this. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna order your steps. Why? Because the steps of a wise man is ordered by God. You heard me? And I am wise because I am using this knowledge and applying it. And applied knowledge is wisdom. That's why I'm wise, and I am only wise because I follow the Lord. That's why my steps are ordered by Him. And I'm telling you, invade your children's privacy. Yep, fuck it. Go through their shit. Yeah, that's the only way to stop Lil Timmy from shooting up the whole school. That's the only way. That's the only way to stop Lil Timmy from shooting up the whole school with a ghost gun that was 3D printed off the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, go through your children's shit. Find out what they doing because they might run into a predator like Keyshawn Crumity. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she was between the ages of 8 and 11, if anything, 13. And she was trafficked through several states, man. And he met her on Snapchat, man. And yeah. So just trust me on this one. You heard me? Go through your kid's shit and thank me later. You heard me?
Argue with your mom.
Now, in this segment, a little segment I like to call Argue with Your Mom, we bring up a topic, you know what I'm saying? Or I bring up a topic and I say, hey man, I think the red Fanta is better than the orange one. And you tell me, nigga, argue with your mom, bitch, that orange Fanta is, bitch, that's everything. You heard me? You see how this going? You understand me? You dig? And for today's Argue with Your Mom, but BG went too far on the Breakfast Club, man, calling Turk wife a goofy, man. That ain't what we do, man. No, ladies and gentlemen, I said he went too far calling Turk's wife a goofy. You heard me. I ain't gonna say it again. I ain't gonna say it 3 times. You heard me? I'm not gonna do that. That's not what we gonna do, because we know better, man. Come on, man. After a certain age, man, you can't, man. Look, man, your name got gangster in it. It's Baby Gangster. Your name is Baby Gangster, you heard me? And one thing that I know gangsters don't do, we don't bring the women and children in our shit. Nah, we leave the women and children out. They ain't got nothing to do with it. You heard me? Man, I know if a nigga talk about my wife, I'm gonna be livid. I'm going to try to kill something. I know this for a fact. Argue with your mom. I know this for a fact. So, I don't know, man. It's just me. I feel like he went too far. If you don't, argue with your mom. And make sure you do it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you feel, what you think. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to respect your. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And I promise to keep y'all in the mix if you promise to keep rocking with this. Come on with the Games Podcast, your official home for hip-hop entertainment, local and world news. You heard me? Peace. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And I promise to keep y'all in the mix if you promise to keep rocking with this. Come on with the Games Podcast, your official home for hip-hop entertainment, local and world news. You heard me? Peace. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And I promise to keep y'all in the mix if you promise to keep rocking with this. Come on with the Games Podcast, your official home for hip-hop entertainment, local and world news. You heard me? Peace. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And I promise to keep y'all in the mix if you promise to keep rocking with this. Come on with the Games Podcast, your official home for hip-hop entertainment, local and world news. You heard me? Peace. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And I promise to keep y'all in the mix if you promise to keep rocking with this. Come on with the Games Podcast, your official home for hip-hop entertainment, local and world news. You heard me? Peace. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And I promise to keep y'all in the mix if you promise to keep rocking with this. Come on with the Games Podcast, your official home for hip-hop entertainment, local and world news. You heard me? Peace. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And I promise to keep y'all in the mix if you promise to keep rocking with this. Come on with the Games Podcast, your official home for hip-hop entertainment, local and world news. You heard me? Peace.